Alright, so a lot of countries have been talking about how multiculturalism is a failure. It obviously isn't a failure. America does just fine. And that's because we don't have a lot of bullshit laws, or we're not biased towards one culture. The thing is that culture itself is retarded. What I mean is that the whole reason racism exists, the whole reason religion exists, the whole reason all this crap happens is because we're raised that way. The raising of a child, the indoctrinating of a child, is what causes a lot of children to believe in these things. If you were 100% raised as an individual and to choose your own path and your own ways, your path might come out completely different. My parents were Democrats, my parents were Christian, and they let me choose my own way. And that's why I'm not a Democrat and I'm not Christian, because I personally saw those two ideas, didn't agree with them at all, but a lot of my friends were forced upon these beliefs, and we're forced to go to Catholic school, and we're forced to, attend Catholicism and all this other crap, and they don't really believe in God. They question God all the time, and a lot of them have piercings and stuff, which is against the Bible rules. And the thing is that if they were allowed to grow up thinking differently and got to choose, they probably wouldn't be Christian. The fact is that a lot of the people that I know that are racist wouldn't be racist if their parents weren't racist. A lot of people grow into these beliefs and grow into these stereotypes due to the culture. A lot of people around here believe in, they fall into the Mexican stereotype because, they see it on TV and they see how their parents act and they see that they fall into it and then adopt it. The fact is that if we stop acknowledging our past and acknowledging, these specific things about specific people, it would never happen. We rely so much on indoctrinating our own children into thinking a certain way, into acting a certain way, that's what they become. Extremists are the same way, especially religious extremists. All of that is 100% based on how the child was raised. People aren't thrown upon extremities. They usually have to be raised and brainwashed into it. And that's just how it happens. People aren't born naturally to think alike and to think in groups. But because of how society works, people of the same race usually hang out with the same race. People of the same religion usually hang out with people of the same religion. People of political association usually hang out with people of the same political association. And because of this, we have militia-like type factions that live in our society that hate each other. And the only reason they hate each other is because they were raised to hate each other. People aren't naturally against each other. It's been taught to us. It's been taught. And that's the stupidity. That's the stupidity of all this crap. Multiculturalism isn't a failure. Trying to change people is a failure. Trying to force people to think a certain way is a failure. And that's what happened. Is that people have been forced to think the same way for thousands of years. And they weren't allowed to choose their own path. And if they did choose their own path, they were usually disowned by their family, disowned by everyone they knew, and outcasted. The fact is that we've been so involved. We're made to think our opinion matters so much that we can't handle other people's opinions and we can't handle other criticisms. That's just how people are raised. And the moment we change that, the moment we deviate that, the moment we become more open-minded, we will become a better society. But until that happens, we're going to be idiots. And the funny thing to me is that a lot of liberals want, every culture celebrated and everything if we all acted normal, if we all didn't acknowledge shit, it would naturally fall into place. We would naturally accept everyone for who they are. But to constantly point the differences out, and to constantly call people racist, and try to define what racism is, and to even acknowledge what racism is, it will forever exist. It's a continuation of this human stupidity. We will always find ways to separate each other. And that's the sad part about it. That it's our own doing. It has nothing to do with, cultures coming together being a failure. Cultures don't exist. It's a man-made thing. There is no such thing as culture. And that's all I gotta say, man. Sam out.